Just disregard all of that, okay? Hi, welcome to the TED Show. I'm Ted. Today we're going to be looking at one of my products from Tedco. It's called Ted's Delicious Stew. Today we're going to be making BB beef flavor. And as you can see, we got all the ingredients right over here, just for the start, to start making our stew. And today we're going to be I'm going to be showing you how to make what's in the box. Like what you get in the box when you buy it in the store is dehydrated. Okay, this is fresh. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make fresh Ted's Delicious Stew BBB flavor. Okay, first we take our beef, our stewing beef. Like okay, we've got two things here. We got a pan full of oil, and this has been heated up to about medium high. And over here we have our water. It's just coming to a boil right now. But anyways, first we start with our stewing beef. I like to use about 4 pounds of it. Sometimes 2, sometimes 3, but about 4 pounds works, you know. And we take each piece of stewing beef and we just sort of roll it in flour like this. Roll it in the flour, just like that. We do this with every single piece. Okay. Now this may seem kind of weird, but can you tell I have sponsors? This may seem kind of weird, but we're going to be putting 1 teaspoon. Actually, we'll put in 2. 1 2 of Worcestershire sauce into the oil. That'll quiet down in just a second. Okay. Doesn't that just sound great? Okay. And as you can see, it's quieting down now. And we take each piece, just like this, and we put it. We're going to be putting it into the pan there in just a moment. I've got some prepared over here because it takes a long time to roll all that beef in the flour. So I just got a whole plate here ready. I'll turn this out of the way. Okay. Now this is going to get a little bit loud again. Okay. We're also boiling the water for these bouillon cubes. As you can tell, I still got sponsors. These are the best bouillon cubes. I've tried them all. These are the best. Okay, and they're from Switzerland, by the way. Okay, when that boils, we're going to be dropping about four bouillon cubes into about eight cups of water. Yeah, but anyways, here we go. We're going to be dropping these in there. Almost like deep frying, isn't it? And now we're going to turn it down to medium low. This is just to brown the beef. Not actually cook it. Okay. But the flavor is awesome. And you get a separate plate. Get a separate plate and put the brown beef onto the plate as each one is done browning. So this is just to brown the beef, not to cook it. Don't they look delicious? Mmm, yeah. Gee, they're not even cooked yet and they already look delicious. Okay, and we do this with all the stewing beef that we have on our plate over here. Beautiful. And we're going to continue to do that with all these. If it starts to look like it's stopping the boil, just turn up the heat a little. Every oven's a little bit different. And our water's starting to boil. You know what that means? It means it's time to put these in. And like I said, we're going to be putting about 4 of these in. 8 cups of water. Got a new package. Cool. You know, it always takes a lot of time just to unwrap these stupid things, but, you know, you have to do it. And that beef was looking pretty good right about now. I'm going to flip it. Okay. Flipping our beef. I got some really big chunks in here. Looking good. I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit more. There we go. Okay, looks good. Looks good. Oops. Extra added flavor. I'm just going to stir that up a bit. Looks good. We're going to turn that off now until all the beef is ready. And some people always ask me, you know, why watch the TED show? You know, well, I have one answer for them. You know why? Because it's the cool show. Okay, we're ready to rock. Right now we're going to be taking a commercial break.
I don't know what I'm going to have for lunch today. Here's what I'll have. I'll have Ted's Delicious Stew. That's right, Ted's Delicious Stew is available in 3 delicious flavors.
Chicken, beef, or pork.
Yeah. It's available in chicken, beef, or pork. So next time you're hungry and you don't know what to eat, try Ted's Delicious Stew. It's great.
Hi, and welcome back. Okay, we've just, while we were away on that commercial break, we finished up the beef. And we're getting ready to plop it in. I just have to get this to a boil, and I'm putting on medium-high. Okay. Now some of these chunks are actually quite large, and we're going to be cutting these in half, at least in half. Okay. So need a smaller plate this time. to do that, and we'll just put that on top of that one. It's real easy. Get a really sharp knife, you know, a fairly small one, because you're going to be doing some, you know, cutting, just small cutting. Okay, so they're not that big. Okay, you don't need a carving knife. Okay, now we're just going to, you know, cut that in half. By the way, I did get this beef from Safeway. So if any of you shop at Safeway, this is a good place to get it. Oh wow, look at that.
Help me! Help me!
No, I have to catch you.
No, don't get me!
Too bad. Okay. We're all done there. Okay. Now we're just waiting for this for the pot here to boil with the bouillon cubes in the water. We're just waiting for that to boil right now, and once it starts boiling, we will add in the beef here, the brown beef, the brown stewing beef. So we're going to be adding in, before it boils, 2 tablespoons, yes, 2 tablespoons again, of Worcestershire sauce. Might actually help it boil. Remember the oil? Okay. We're just going to put in just a teeny bit of salt, just a teeny bit. I like measuring this way. This is my favorite way of measuring. Okay. If you've ever made stew before, you'll know that that's plenty of salt, because as it cooks all day long, the flavor just comes through. Looks like it's starting to get funky in there. Just stir that up a bit. I like using a fork, it's my favorite utensil. I'm just waiting for that to boil. Kind of looks like snow, doesn't it? Yep. Okay. You know, in Empire Strikes Back, this is what they used for snow on the miniatures. Smells delicious. Still a few big chunks in there, but I think we've moved it down so that there's only like maybe 2. It's getting ready to boil now. I'm going to add in just a little bit of pepper just now. Spanish. Mix that in. Mix in the pepper. And away we go.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Shows no signs of stopping.
Okay. This is the hard part, because flour is hard to mix into water. It always is. It's hard to mix into almost anything. But as it cooks today, it'll loosen up. I mean, it's going to be cooking for about 4 hours anyways. And we're just sort of going to show you the show and segments of ingredients. It takes 4 hours to make this stew. You may ask why it takes 4 hours. Well, if you've tasted it, you know it is one of the best stews on the market. We are now going to turn down the heat gradually. That's mixed in fairly decent. I'm going to turn on the heat, and we're going to let it simmer as I can find the lid. And yes, it will get thicker as the day progresses. You may have to add water sometime during the day. I've had to add up to half a cup sometimes. So it's just something you sort of go by, you know. No, you don't go buy it at the store. No. You just go buy. Okay. I've got it now on medium, and we're going to be reducing the heat to a very low temperature so that it can simmer. This has to simmer for about an hour and a half. Lid on it. I have to put this one on upside down because it doesn't have a handle and it's easier to grip it. Come over here. Okay, there we go. Okay, and that's all we're going to be doing till an hour and a half goes by. So we'll just set the timer here for 90 minutes. And there we go. And you should check it periodically and stir it periodically, just to ensure that it doesn't burn anywhere, because there is always the possibility. Alright, so until then, we'll be right back.
In order to create that delicious Janeway's coffee taste, Captain Janeway doesn't just use any old coffee beans. She uses only the best beans found in the finest nebulas in the distant Delta Quadrant. With coffee this good, why drink anything else?
Set a new course. There's coffee in that nebula.
Janeway's coffee. Worth going the extra 70,000 light years for.
Okay, we have now just waited an entire hour and a half. And I just, as the hour and a half progressed, I've been stirring it periodically. I just added in a few dabs of Worcestershire sauce just to emphasize the flavor of Worcestershire. And I'm going to stir that in right now. Sort of see it go on top. Remember, Lee and Parents, the best Worcestershire sauce in the world. Shaky, shaky, wakey, wakey. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to be adding in a little bit of garlic. I like using garlic powder because real garlic is hard to press. If you've ever tried using a garlic press, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, just put in a little bit like that. And we'll mix that in real nice. I love the smell of garlic. Looking good. So it's been simmering for about an hour and a half now, and we're going to let it simmer some more. I'm going to add in probably one more thing, just a little more pepper. Excuse me, a little more pepper. And then, guess what? We let it cook and simmer for another hour and a half. Doing pretty much the same thing. So, here goes the pepper. Looks like dirt. That looks yummy. Smells even better. Smells good. Beautiful. Now, like, I usually put in a lot of pepper. That's because I like spicy stew. You can put as much or as little as you want in, depending on your taste, you know. So I have made some really spicy stews, and I've made some mildly spicy stews, but all of them taste really good. It just depends on what ingredients and how much. In this case, we're using pepper and garlic and a little bit of salt, as we put in at the beginning, and plus the bouillon cubes, and all that together makes a really great flavor. So now we're going to be setting our timer yet again for an hour and a half, and we're going to let it simmer for that time on very low heat, and we're going to be stirring it periodically as well. Okay, so we'll just be taking another quick break here. At that point, I'm going to be peeling potatoes in a little while. I'm also going to be adding in some vegetables in just a little while too. So just hang on, and we'll be right back. Now we're going to be peeling some potatoes. What you want is 2 large potatoes. We're going to peel them, and then we're going to slice them up into cubes. Okay, so now we're going to be peeling potatoes.
Oh, please don't.
I'm not very good at this, so please bear with me. Now that we've cut all the potatoes into cubes, we are now going to add the potatoes to the stew. Basically just like this. And we stir them in. Looks pretty seedy right now. And we are at the hour and 45-minute mark. And we're going to add in any other vegetables. I'm going to also add in some onions as well. Any real vegetables, not frozen ones, but any real vegetables, you have to put them in within the last hour. That's where we are right now, basically in the last hour. So, and we just let that simmer. And I'm also going to be adding in some onions here. So, 1 onion is plenty. If you wish to add in celery or parsley, whatever you want, you can also add in any of that stuff as well. Any fresh vegetables added in. If you like that kind of thing, if you like celery or carrots, I'm going to be adding in carrots, but they're frozen and they go in during the last 10-15 minutes of the stew. So here we are, and I'm just going to get ready to peel this thing. I just have to peel it. And now it's peeled! Okay, now we're going to be chopping this thing up, as you usually chop an onion. It's so sad before onion has to be devoured. Anyone's ever sliced onions, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know how you feel when you're peeling an onion. And it's just so sad. You have to cry. You just have to. You go in. It deserves better, but this is pretty good. And then just a teeny bit of water. Like I said, you add in spices too to suit your own taste. I like putting in a lot of pepper and just a little bit of garlic. You don't want an overly strong garlic taste. You know, just a light hint of the flavor. So the flavor is the key to most great dishes. And that's it for the onion. Now we just add in just a teeny bit of water. Just to lighten it up a bit. Of course that will mostly boil off again. So. Looking good, looking good. And we bring that to a simmer once again. The key to everything is simmer, long simmer, low heat. And now it'll be another 40 minutes before we put in the last couple of ingredients. Okay. We've been stirring this stew periodically, you know, just to keep it from sticking on the bottom and whatnot. We are now on fairly low temperature. It's been simmering with the Kevada for a while now. I'm going to be adding in, this is during the last half hour, I guess, that we, between 10 minutes and half hour depending on the size of your pot and so forth. We're going to be adding in some frozen vegetables. Last thing that you add. So, I'm going to try 1 cup of peas and see how that works. It should be plenty, actually. Maybe put in another half a cup, but not much more than that. That looks good. That looks much better. We're going to put in 2 cups of carrots. 2 cups of sliced carrots, or you can get them sliced, crinkle cut, whatever. The sliced ones look better. Also gives it a lot of great color. Otherwise boring looking stew. Another cup. I like to keep things fairly simple. I don't like to put a lot of vegetables in, just a few. That pretty much is the finished product. It just has to finish cooking, and basically we're done here. Just let it simmer for a while, and it's done. About half an hour, 20 minutes, depending on the size of your pot, like I said. And here is the finished product. Looks great, doesn't it? Well, I'd like to thank you for joining us on the TED Show, and we'll see you next time.